All right. So Steve, a few days in camp now. How's the group coming together?
Yeah, it's good. Obviously, I know a few of the blokes over previous years and playing against them. Camp's come along well. It's obviously a limited preparation, but these types of games, you just got to, tactics can only take you so far. It's how the team knit together and how much you want to win for the jersey and your mate. So it's it's come along well.
And how does that sort of idea work? I mean, it's almost like your boys' natural footy instincts coming together rather than team plays or anything like that. Is that an exciting prospect as well? That sort of raw footy.
Yeah, it is. It's obviously you haven't got a lot of time to prepare tactics. There'll be game plans for both teams, but it's more about how much you want to win and do it for your mate, and and the camaraderie you can build up in that. These types of games. That's you've seen it in other types of football, and it's the team that plays as a team. Can get that close knit mateship sort of going. The best, is a good chance of winning.
And what's the atmosphere like in camp? Is it an intense thing? Is it? I mean, a lot of boys that you'll have played against or with before.
Yeah, the majority of them. It's pretty relaxed. You got to have fun and just get to know each other. When we get out on the field, it's pretty intense. You need that. We probably only have 3 or 4 good sessions on the field to work out what we want to do. What the guys around you, how they like playing, what they do in their club games. Things like that. So you've got to be pretty confident with and get to know the blokes that you're going to be around and playing with to get the best out of you and obviously the best out of them.
And Bluey, of course, took charge in that first inaugural Exiles game. How confident is he, and how confident are you and the rest of the boys of bringing back a win?
Yeah, you've got to be confident. Obviously, it's only a one-match series this time, but you've got to be confident in your ability and obviously who they've selected. And I think Bluey's done a great job of getting the team together, and it's early in the camp still, but boys are getting along well. So yeah, you've got to be confident in your own ability. Our record's been all right, so it's obviously England have got a top quality, full strength side. So it's going to be a hard task for us.
And what do you think the Exiles badge means to the boys? Is it something that's growing? It's a few years into this international origin idea now.
Yeah, I think it's still early days. I think all the guys that are here are pretty passionate about playing, and I think as it builds up closer and closer to the game, the guys that haven't played, will start feeling the intensity and the pride in the jersey. And obviously, it's only early years in its in the infancy of this concept. But all great things take time, and I think it can really become a highlight of the Super League calendar. It could take 5-10 years, but I really think this is an exceptional concept that that can go a long way.
And going back to State of Origin, it's obviously a long way from how far developed State of Origin is, but did you catch any of the game, and what did you make of it?
Yeah, obviously watched the game. Lots of the Aussies obviously got around there and watched it, but it was a quality performance. I thought New South Wales dominated them in the first half, and I think they were the better side over the 80 minutes. But Queensland, as they do, came back and had a couple of chances in that second half to really make it interesting. I think it's home ground advantage in those types of games is pretty key. So it's going to be a big ask for them. You're obviously going up to Queensland in game 2, but last year's series, I thought New South Wales were as good as Queensland. They didn't win it, but this year they're playing really well. But I think Queensland are going to go to another level, so it's going to be a tough game.
So building on last year, do you think the Blues can take the title in the series?
Yeah, I think so. Statistics prove that the winner of game 1 is a good chance of going on and winning the series. But going up there is going to be a hard game for the boys. But obviously, I'm a New South Wales man, so I've got to tip them.
And do you miss the sort of intensity watching on from over here playing the Super League? Do you miss the intensity of the State of Origin games?
Yeah, just the whole. When you watch it, it's such a fast brand of football. The passion, every tackle seemed, like it's a kick-off. People are rushing out of the line. It's just the best football to watch. It's anyone that watches that type of football, footy, that's how good it can be, you know, across the world. It's just really intense, really fast. The skills are there, the quality, the freakish athletes. It's it's just great to watch. That's the best. One of the highlights of the career of rugby league calendar, I think, is to watch the State of Origin. Obviously, the grand finals in both hemispheres, test matches, but that's I think that's one of the shining lights of the game.
As an Aussie over here, it's maybe still a burning desire to beat the English every time you get the chance. Is it something that you want to do for this Exiles team as well? And is that one of the burning desires of all the Aussie blokes in the squad?
Yeah, there's always whether it's rugby league or cricket or whatever it is. There's always a bit of rivalry there against the English. So it's, any of these types of games, it's you always want to win, and it's going to be a tough ask for us because it's a quality England side. But I think we can compete with them.
And going forward, I mean, what's been the best thing about playing for the Exiles so far and the whole international origin?
I think just the camp, just coming to get to know the boys, and playing with a quality group of players that you get to play with. You only get to do that a certain number. Picking out the best in the whole of Super League, the whole of the overseas guys, to get to play alongside them is an honour, and it's you can see why there's some of the premier rugby league players in the Super League, just the skills and the way they play. So to play with the best players in the comp is always a thrill. Hopefully it brings out the best in myself and the other guys too.
And I guess you'll be asked about it a lot, but as a player who's maybe, towards the end of your career, coming in for this extra game, it's maybe a sign of how much you still enjoy playing against those top level players.
Yeah, I just love playing, but to get the opportunity to play with the best players, against the best players, like a State of Origin, it's that's why you play the game, to play in the biggest games with the best players, in the best atmosphere. So it's it's a great concept, and I think I'm pretty keen to play and looking forward to the game. But I think it can get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then if you don't really want to, if you can't get passionate about playing in these games, it's I don't know what you're going to get passionate about.